Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. Short and sweet with this one because I want to watch some Creature Commandos as we watch Season 1, Episode 5, The Iron Pot. Nothing to it but to do it. Before we get started, friends, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time we go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do, Creature Commandos included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And of course, if you're not a fan of Patreon, join us on YouTube memberships. You'll get all the episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that is then, this is now, and now it's time to watch Creature Commandos Season 1, Episode 5, The Iron Pot. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Really enjoying Creature Commandos. Really enjoying it. So excited for what James Gunn and Peter Safran have in store. We've seen the Superman trailer. I thought it was very good. Sort of the tone that we need. I did hear that they had pushed back Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson and The Brave and the Bold. So interested to see if that means there's something else coming in.
What are your 3 favorite things about the mascara?
Well,
Inappropriateness is one.
recently unearthed poetry of Apollonia. And the...
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'd be like, I need to change classes.
Because what about the lesbians?
Oh my god.
That doesn't seem very professional.
Hilarious. Pardon my appearance.
You help me help the princess, I help you with the bride.
Well, it is taking a long time.
These two are great.
We find out the truth of this professor, we stop them, and you get to see your bride. A hero.
Oh, awesome! Should I kill the professor?
Yes.
A few of the kids?
No. Right now, we should check out the professor's house while she's here at school.
Okay, I'll take the underwear drawer.
I want to see these two in live action interacting like this. Really cool shit. Nina's backstory is going to be brutal. I know it. She's going to be the one where you're like, oh my God, she's killed 75,000 people, you know? I'm on to you, Mr. Gunn. You're setting us up for Nina.
I did what I had to do.
So is this going to be Eric's backstory? The tourmaline necklace.
Yes, hello.
These cuts are great. Again, they're in a prop plane, so in a couple months they'll get there. The bride is so badass. I mean, she really is.
For 100 years in isolation, we have no problems in Pukulistan. Then, we open communications with Americans and...
Problems.
Who is threat?
Unfortunately, that's classified.
If Princess's life is in danger, don't you think we should know?
It doesn't really matter what I think, Alexei.
See, the guardsmen don't seem that tough, but boy, oh boy, in that flash forward, they looked hella tough.
That woman is walking a cat. I didn't know that was something that happens. Definitely an augury of some type. I know these things. I once lived with a gypsy woman steeped in the occult.
Oh, let's see that. Historically, in TTRPGs and stuff, fire will get golems pretty good. Did hear we're getting a season 2 of this. That was just announced recently. I'm very happy about that. Any more time we can spend in this new world fleshes out the world. Can't wait to see it.
What have you found, boy?
Oh, does she have trouble seeing? I mean, it looks like she's blind at least in one eye. That's a strong-ass dog, too, by the way.
What tomfoolery is this?
What tomfoolery! Harbor is crushing this.
These ointments have ancient healing properties. They're sacred to my family.
Gypsy shit.
Gypsy shit.
I'm down with that, he says. Smear away.
This world holds nothing of worth besides beauty. If I were blind, I would kill myself.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
close your eyes.
Do you see her?
Imagine you're bright. That is beauty. And it is not with your eyes, is it? I see more beauty than you can imagine.
I'd like to think that her influence helped Eric a little bit, but in present day, it doesn't seem so.
I'll take upstairs.
Now, just remember, Eric said that he was going to do the underwear drawer, so don't step on toes, Mr. Flag, General Flag.
Is that a leash?
Does this cat need walked? Okay, so this is we're going to find the real professor.
Frank, come up here.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, we just saw her.
Had to be a fake, some sort of disguise artist or
Changeling.
all that mumbo jumbo with Waller yesterday to get the princess killed.
Yeah, Cersei is pretty convinced, though. She would be the one that would get the...
I don't have any time, but the commandos are on their way to kill you. Get out.
What? I don't understand.
Tell her about me.
Oh,
Tell her about me.
get out.
Good word for me with the bride.
You shut the fuck up.
Okay, so who's this?
How's she gonna vouch to the bride about how much I've changed and what a rad guy I am?
What a rad guy I am.
I'm beginning to suspect this whole plan makes absolutely no sense from my point of view.
Hide.
Yes, Flag is using you.
Come, I don't give a shit.
This thing's not going to do anything to me. What's he going to hide? His shoulders are so broad, he's still visible.
Ivan helped.
Oh, what did Ivan do?
He was quiet. It was good.
No,
This is not just a place for you to recuperate, Harry.
it's a home.
It is your home. I, and especially Ivan, have been the happiest we've ever been in your company. Your grouch.
I still have this shotgun woman, don't tempt me.
Come on.
No. No.
He's going to slam on the brakes.
He says there is unfortunate traffic on way to castle, so we should take alternative route.
Alternative. Who's this going to be? Be somebody tough, because I want to see Frank, Come on, let's see. I'm sure it'll be somebody I don't know. Clayface! No shit!
That's a shapeshifter. Calls himself Clayface. He's dangerous. We have to sneak out.
Wow, they went with Clayface. That is crazy.
It seems roundabout, but it's good shortcut.
Phosphorus, kill him. Yes, I'm taking you someplace where we can fight and where I have an ambush prepared.
The hell?
Engine was making funny noise. Did you hear that? Did you? Huh?
Alexi, you're gonna get killed, bud. Whoa. Let's see how tough they make Clayface here. Okay, Alexi, wanna get out of the car?
We are not going to let you kill her now.
Oh boy. Well, Alexi.
When I was drunk
Rick's in big trouble here. Frank, he needs you, bud. Careful, you'll hit Frank. Frank's in there somewhere. Oh, Jesus. Rick is getting...
Sorry that I told you, babe.
Did he just bane him?
So long.
Oh, no.
I'll always
Oh, Phosphorus going full power. He's gonna walk right through it. Coming through. Come on, Frank. Yeah. That's what you need. Now, in D&D, fire hurts flesh golems, I believe, still, and electricity juices them up. The lightning of its creation and the old movies and stuff being the... They're single-handedly taking out the military. Frank, do it! Nice. Whoo! Phosphorus is... He's the killer of the killers here. Someone made a great comment and said that in Weasel's backstory, the little girl that he lost looks like the princess, and that's why he attacked Circe. That's a great comment. Really great observation.
Hold on, Flag. Hold on. Don't die.
You need to tell the bride.
In your estimation, did she say my name fondly? Flag.
Flag is effed up.
Tell the bride the truth. You.
No way.
Please, Eric, reconsider this.
I've stayed longer than intended. I have to find my bride.
Oh.
Please, Eric, don't leave. I don't want to be alone.
What are you gonna do, dude?
Never let you be alone, Bogdana.
The iron pot. Oh my god. Wow. He took the dog. That's effed up, man. God, really great stuff, man. Very shocking. All right, everybody, we just got done watching the 5th episode of the 1st season of Creature Commandos, The Iron Pot, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everyone, we just watched The Iron Pot, the 5th episode of the 1st season of Creature Commandos. Woo! I'll say this, I said it during the reaction, but I'll say it again. They have announced that there will be a 2nd season for Creature Commandos, so I'm very much looking forward to that, both for the continued exploration of the Creature Commandos as a team and individual characters, but also as a further exploration of the world, because as this episode has shown us, bringing in Clayface was something very interesting to me, because Clayface, while not like a major Batman Rogues Gallery villain, still holds a lot of weight. I mean, Clayface is somebody that has been used pretty prominently in both the comic books, the early Batman animated show, throughout many of the Batman singular properties, as well as like Justice League and things like that. Clayface is somebody that can be brought in for, as we've seen in this episode, for numerous uses, usually as like, a doppelganger or, taking the place of somebody else. Really interesting stuff. I mean, to me, that's almost, I put, Clayface up there in the same kind of like ranking system, I guess, as like a Bane. We mentioned Bane, because I think that in many ways, Clayface, at least as far as, the comic book fan and even like more peripherally just the Batman fan, would probably put Clayface at least right around Bane. Bane got a little bit more notoriety from what Batman Rises, the 3rd Nolan film. But, again, with all of that, I do think that Clayface is a big get. A big get for Creature Commandos to be able to bring him in as a surprise like this, which, again, we think more about what's going on here. So Circe is at least using Clayface as part of all of this. We don't know if Circe is being manipulated. Could easily be. Now, she thinks what she has seen is the truth. At least she seemed convincing when she was speaking about it, to the point where she'd be willing to go through these types of lengths to kind of, reach this conclusion. But to bring in Clayface too, and have Clayface kind of continue like sort of knowing where they would go with this professor to be able to act as an expert and kind of corroborate the story to then be able to send the commandos in to take out the princess. Okay, so if this is all a work just to get rid of the princess, then or to implicate the U.S. or something of that nature. It might be a grander design. Maybe they're after Waller. Maybe they're, it's something to just discredit either the program, the government, the country, something like that. It could be working in that respect, but there's obviously a grander design in here, and I think it's interesting that like it's almost got a World War One type of vibe to it, where it's like this small country could maybe produce a spark from this small country could produce like a global, or not maybe a conflict, but like ramifications worldwide. It's that's where we all start, is right here with the princess. Interesting stuff. And again, it speaks of a design far greater than maybe just precog, unless Cersei has seen something that she is a manipulation of what she told. The princess is vital for like the success of what's going on, and she switched it up to make it look like she was the demise of the world. I don't know. She seemed pretty convincing though. And by she, I mean Cersei. It certainly seemed like she believed her own bullshit, at least enough, where she was convincing to. Basically, Waller's the one that I think would have sniffed that out, would have been like, nah, she's lying. And she seemed convinced enough to send the commandos in. And again, I think when you're bringing in Clayface like this and you reveal the fact that you're dealing with people that aren't who they say they are, doppelgangers or, false fronts basically for the information that we've been given, you have to start questioning everything at that point, especially when you're dealing with a shadowy black ops type of situation that Waller is. Waller's motivations, and I'm very happy that they're doing a show. A lot of people were kind of curious as to why they're doing a TV series specifically for Amanda Waller. And my whole thing is Amanda Waller, to me, for my money, is like a more nefarious, definitely a neutral evil version of like Nick Fury. Yeah, she's in charge of a lot of stuff, sort of like Fury. She has a lot of information, knows a lot of where the bodies are buried and the skeletons in the closet. But the thing is, where Fury uses them subtly, Waller uses them overtly, like a sledgehammer, where Fury uses them like a scalpel. Fury always reminds me of like a former CIA agent, who knows just enough force to deploy, just enough information to leak out to get what he needs without kind of revealing his grand design. Waller doesn't want to reveal her grand design either, but from every instance, she is the sledgehammer, where she wants you to know that she's got you by the short and curlies, and that you got to fall in line simply because of like extortion more so than manipulation. It's not blackmail. You're going to get your knees broken if you deal with Amanda Waller. It's very cool, and it showed us a lot of things about our commandos because, Gunn is going out of his way, really going out of his way to be like, these are our heroes for this. But again, Weasel comes off as sympathetic in the backstory that no one really knows what happened. So Weasel's still considered this killer, but we know that Weasel's not, at least from what we've seen, Weasel's not. The bride absolutely has killed people before, so, she's got a shadowy soul, but she is more sympathetic in that she was created and then had her creator or lover killed, and then is being basically chased by the epitome of toxic masculinity, which is Eric Frank. But again, and then we see in this one, just when we're starting to like, oh, David Harbour's doing such a great job making us fall in love with Frank or Eric or whatever you want to call him, and then see him kill the woman because that's his answer. He doesn't want to leave her alone. Blind, he'll just kill her, and it didn't seem to bother him. Come along, Ivan, And so we're getting this flavor of this very kind of evil darkness that's around a lot of the Creature Commandos. And Phosphorus is a straight up killer. Phosphorus, we've seen probably the most overt aggression from Phosphorus. So we know that when we're going to see his backstory, it's going to be a humdinger. Or again, I think they're going to subvert our expectations because this is James Gunn, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Phosphorus is this like reluctant killer. Like Phosphorus is this guy who was turned into this stuff, and it's just this is what he became. He was a pacifist before, something like that. And Nina, I'm convinced that Nina's going to be the one when we find out her backstory. We're going to be like, oh my God, she's the worst of the bunch. You know, and again, if it doesn't come to pass, that would be awesome either way. James Gunn knows he's forgotten more about telling a story than I'll ever know. So yeah, I'm 100% chips in with whatever design and direction he takes this series and subsequently the universe entire. I will end on this. Having Rick Flag suffer a broken back, which it looks like, and having him what appears to die in the arms of Eric Frank is disturbing to say the least, because one, to my knowledge, Flag is a normal human. He's not a meta. He doesn't have superhuman abilities. I don't know if he has any type of, maybe like some type of resuscitator or built-in something or other to keep him alive. Don't know any. I mean, his son died in the Suicide Squad, so it's not like they can't do that. And he got that shit kicked out of him by Clayface, to the point where it definitely looks like he's in arrest of some kind to end this episode. That's an interesting direction to take. However, we do know that there is some plot armor here because supposedly Frank Grillo plays the General Flag, the senior, Rick Flag Sr. in Superman. That could be a flashback, though. So maybe it's not as armored of plot armor as I think it is. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time we go live with Creature Commandos. And of course, if there's anything that we do, CC included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then, this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye. So where should we say goodbye from this, the first season's 5th episode, The Iron Pot? Friends, this is a toughie. I say we say goodbye from, boy, I hate to say this. We go to pay a visit to the kind old lady that we haven't heard from or seen for a while, to make sure that she doesn't need anything, to make sure that, she's well. And unfortunately, we're the ones that uncover this dastardly deed. Because isn't that the way of things? Just as audience members, we certainly are uncovering a lot of these dastardly deeds that we never saw coming. At least I didn't. Friends, until we can watch and be horrified by what these people have done in the past, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.